We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Warning. The following program contains explicit language and mature content. It is not meant for the easily offended. So if you are an emotional pussy, please refrain from listening. Thank you and enjoy.
Yeah. Welcome back. The Words on Fire podcast. Another week, another edition, Rona free.
Educational edition.
This is going to be a very educational edition.
Yeah.
I am the boy Cujo. My man's Jules.
Yep.
Today we got a very special guest. He is, I've always thought of myself as an ass man, but this guy, this guy takes the cake on it. The guy that we're talking about here, you see him here on my left with the nice little pinky shirt, goes by the name of, he has several names. He's a veteran. He is still enlisted. He's a doctor of all kinds of traits. He's a now stop me if I'm wrong. You're a colorectal surgeon, right?
So I'm gonna stop you first.
Oh shit! already got off wrong.
Right, so I'm an officer. I'm not.
Oh, you're an officer.
Right?
Yeah, you're not a regular.
That's gonna piss off a lot of people. But.
Yeah.
No. You have to be proud of that shit.
Right.
You're not a regular motherfucker.
Right.
All right.
So he goes by officer, colorectal surgeon, Dr. Avery Walker. Avery, what's going on, dude? How you doing, man?
Hey, thanks for having me. This is really cool. I'm really impressed here.
Yeah, we're barely started. To give us a little bit of time. You'll change your mind right now. Right? That's the alcohol talking.
I hear you.
It's about to get fucked up real quick.
Yeah, it's about to get dark real quick. Don't forget, guys, follow us on the Instagram at The Words on Fire Podcast, thewordsonfire.com. On YouTube, we should be showing it here down there somewhere. It's going to be a like, bell notification, hit the like, sub, all that good stuff. We're on the Instagram right now. We got some people joining in through. We're going to hopefully get some questions for Mr. Walker. Now, Mr. Walker, Dr. Walker.
You can call me whatever you want.
All right, dude.
What's up, man?
My man. So you're not originally from El Paso, right?
No.
Where are you out of?
No. So that's a good question. So I got a long story. So
Ooh. Remember talking to the mic because I don't want people. I don't want people to.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, because you got some good stuff. I don't want people to lose out on what you got.
So I grew up on the West Coast. My dad was in the Navy. We lived all over the West Coast.
Yes.
Hawaii. I went to high school in Hawaii.
Shit.
L.A., San Diego, all the places on the West Coast, and then went to medical school or went to college in Wisconsin. I was like, Hawaii is great, but I want to go see some snow.
Wow. That's a huge fucking
I realized
change.
that was
not the
kind of
best.
crazy after a few months, but
fuck that place. Yeah. That place is cold as fuck.
It's
cold
cold.
as fuck.
And then I got into medical school, Chicago, and then from medical school joined the Army, and then went to tons of places in the world. So I don't really know where I'm from. I like to claim Chicago because it sounds cool.
Right.
Hawaii is kind of sad. I mean, it's nice, but it's like not kind of cool, right?
How is it not? Like, I don't know.
Everybody wants to go there.
Yeah.
But like, if you live there, it just sounds like.
Well, you got to be a billionaire to live there.
It's not hard to like be from there, but I claim Chicago only because I lived there for a really long time, and then from Chicago we moved all over the place.
Yeah, so then you ended up here, this little desert.
Chirac.
I ended up in El Paso with the Army. So the Army sent me here, my last duty station, and that's where I've been.
All right, and you're almost out, right? You're almost done. You've already done your time, served your penance.
I've got 6 weeks left.
Damn, dude, I've talked to people who are ready to get the fuck out, and they count down to the minute.
We have a few countdown.
Yeah, and I know you almost got out earlier, right? Not too long ago.
No, I mean, but basically it was just it's time to go. I've done my time.
But you always have second thoughts as the time starts approaching the deadline. You do, and I'll just do it again.
And you get these emails, and these people say, "Hey, why don't you hang out with the reserves? Why don't we'll give you an extra little bump of money?" And they're like,
and then they'll switch you departments and be like, "We'll put you in charge of this."
And then they're like, "Hey, why don't you go hang out back in Iraq for a little bit?" Like, wait a minute, wait, I thought I was out.
Right.
No. So, they pull you back in.
I did my time. I appreciated my time. I respect my time, but my time is my time now.
Right.
You know? So it's time to get out. I've done my service. I think everybody should serve in some form or fashion, in my opinion. And I think I've done that, and I'm ready to move on.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, there's not really I don't think there's an amount of money that they can offer a fucking surgeon to be like, you know what, how about we keep you in for another $2,000?
Yeah.
Because I do, that's like half a surgery. Like, I'm good.
I'm good.
Fucking good, bro.
Yeah,
that's the least of my worries.
The Army doesn't really compensate us, quote unquote, very well for our surgical duties. They make up in other ways with education and housing allowances and all the things that you get in the military, free health care, all that stuff. But ultimately, for me, I wanted to serve. I did my time, and it's time to move on and make some real surgeon money.
Okay, so you weren't. So when you're while you were serving, you weren't front line, right? You were more in the medical field already, as far as in the Army, or were you Operation Hold Them Down in the front line?
Well, I mean, it's interesting. So I personally went to Iraq and Afghanistan, and when I went to Afghanistan, we were pretty close to the front line. I mean, we were hanging out with the Special Forces guys who were at that point in time, which was only a couple years ago. Those were the guys that were going out doing the operations, and I was.
But they need medicals.
They need because they're going out and they're fighting. They're doing scary
You're coming
stuff.
back and fix them up.
And that's happened a couple times. They go out on a mission and they come back emergently and they say, "Hey, this guy shot up."
I can't imagine the shit that you've seen. I'm seeing the craziness. You've seen some sad
We've
situations.
seen some sad things. We took care of a few Afghans. We've taken care of our own people who got shot by their own partners, in their groups. Yeah. And it's pretty devastating, but you do what you're supposed to do, and you do what you take care of.
You see these kids getting hurt. I mean, what's the average age for a soldier? I mean,
to be honest, it's all over the place. Yeah, but we
early
took care
20s. They're kids.
And they don't even want to, right? They're threatened, and their families are threatened, and they have to go. And we took care of one kid who was putting down, improvised explosive devices, and they were putting him down, and he got blown up. And so the local hospital said, "Hey, we can't take care of this kid. Can you take him?" And of course, we were sitting around. We were like, "We'll do whatever we can to do."
Yeah.
And we took care of him. He had lost his hand. I had to open his belly, and you do what you can, and you take care of these people, even if they're doing bad things. But they're going to try. They're trying to do bad things to you,
right?
To your people,
right?
But when you're a doctor, in the Army, it's kind of that weird dichotomy.
It's part of that oath that you guys take, brother. No matter the medical oath, no matter who it is. See,
I'd have a problem with that.
Yeah, I was about to say, you've never been like, well, what if I take him a little bit longer? Like, I mean, if he goes, he goes.
It's interesting you say that. These are the conversations we have when you're sitting around watching Netflix or whatever, waiting for this stuff. You're like, what if a bad guy comes in?
Right.
Yeah.
But as a physician, as a surgeon, it doesn't matter.
No.
You take care of whatever shows up in the door. You want to do that. That's your job.
Yeah, that's probably why I'm not a surgeon, because I'm dumb. Also,
you're numb to that shit.
No, I'm dumb.
Oh yeah.
First of all, I'm dumb. But I'd be like, fuck that, dude.
Yeah, no, it's hard. It is, and you see, because this guy was shooting at your buddy, or the guy that's sitting on the table next to you, which is even weird, really weird, right? Yeah. You're taking care of an American soldier, and you got this Afghan guy.
The ones that were just fighting and shit.
Right. It's like, holy cow. But if they end up on my table, I don't care what
you're going to save their life.
I'm not the judge at that point. I just am going to get them to their judge. Right?
Yeah.
That's how you get through that. It doesn't matter.
So when you're out there,
same thing happens when you're out in the real world. Like here, I mean, in the United States, right? You take care of gangbangers that just shot up a neighborhood.
Right.
I mean,
or you can look at it that they were guarding your neighborhood.
That's true, right?
Any which way you want to look at it.
I'm just saying.
I will say I have been in other countries like Honduras and other places where that they have been doing bad things, and their hospitals are so overrun that you see that the surgeons are like, that guy's a gangster. This person is not. We will get to that gangster when we get to them.
Right.
Yeah.
And sometimes they don't. And you're like, holy cow. I would never do that. But that's just the way
cold-blooded, bro.
Right.
Damn, dude. So when you're out there on the field, and I know, like, every time I've seen, they'll show like Black Hawk Down or whatever Army movie or whatever war movie. How bad are the conditions that you're working on, as far as, do they got you in a little tent in the middle of the desert, or do you actually have
an
actual
officer.
facility?
He ain't out there, bro.
You have an actual facility,
I'm
right?
too special for that.
He's an officer, dog.
I will tell you, though.
That's the Hawaiian you.
Right. I'm too expensive for that.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
But in all seriousness, there are surgeons that are just as qualified, if not more qualified than myself, that do that kind of stuff. They go out with those special forces guys. They run around with all the packs and all the guns and all the scary stuff, so that they're not shooting a lot, but they will jump in there, put a chest tube in, put a tube in their throat, something like that. If
just
they
like
have
that,
to,
some MacGyver shit.
Right? They will, and those guys are super special, crazy guys, and I've worked with them all the time. That's not me. That's not what I wanted to do. But if that's something that you wanted to do as a surgeon, you can do that. You can go and do those crazy kind of missions, and those people are
like a medic on the battlefield.
Exactly. Yeah. But so there's medics and then there's actual surgeons. Medics can't put in chest tubes. They can't put a tube in the throat. They can't really do some of the
I saw that in the movie, though. They're just bullshitting.
They do everything.
Like, for example, Black Hawk Down. You remember when he's on the table and he's trying to go after that stuff? That's not a surgeon. That's not a surgeon like myself. I would know where to cut. I would know how to get to that in that situation. That guy's a medic. That guy learned how to do, the basics. He doesn't know where the vessels are. He just knows that there's something bad, and then he went to go grab it, and remember he couldn't get it, and it shot back into the belly, and he's like, and the guy died on the table right there. Yeah. Right? So sometimes they have a surgeon with that group.
You're like, not on my watch, motherfucker.
Right, and they can go after that, and they have the tools in their pack to do that. That kid had like a pair of scissors and duct tape,
some
right?
Eraser.
He's trying to make a bong. He's trying to make a bong at that time.
Yeah, right. It was wild. So, but there's some. So, but when I got deployed, I had a facility, quote unquote, which was probably like an old warehouse that they put us in. They were able to ship in an OR bed. We had an X-ray machine. We had all the medical necessary stuff that we needed. So I had the things that I could do surgery with. Right. I had a team. I had a tech. I had a nurse. I had a CRNA, which is an anesthesiologist. I had all these things that I could do real surgery on. So in that sense, it was good. But it was operating in no bigger than a room like this.
Yeah.
You know? And so that was unique. My first deployment to Iraq, it was a bigger facility. It was actually a big hospital.
Okay.
Just a bunch of tents. And so I had everything. I had an anesthesiologist. I had a critical care doctor. I had tons of nurses, like tons of techs. I had all these people. So it was like I had 2 big operating rooms. That's a different facility. They have all these different types of things for what's going on. So in Iraq, it was like a major center. In Afghanistan, I was in this little spot.
Damn.
And you were taking care of these specialized soldiers.
Right.
Whereas, so it all depends on where they put you and what they need.
So Iraq was better living condition.
They were the same, to be honest. Yeah. We lived in a little box of plywood.
Damn.
I had a bed, I had the sheets, and it was fine. But in Iraq, I had a roommate. And this is one I was telling you about earlier, who's actually went to Poland right now. He's hanging out there. But so it was fine, but it was a little bit more. There was like a chow hall where you could actually get real food. Actually at both places. So I mean, it wasn't terrible.
Right.
And I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't on the front lines with these guys. I wasn't doing missions with them. I'm not trained in that sense.
Yeah. So you weren't really in any danger at that per se.
I think you are.
As far as
you have to be ready, because early on in the wars back then, they were throwing bombs over the walls. And we were right next to the wall, like when you could see the barbed wire and there was a wall.
Yeah.
So they could easily lob anything over the walls, and I have colleagues that were in attacks and got bombed and things happened to them. Yeah. But that never happened to us. We would hear sirens. We'd have to be able to know where to go if something was to come.
Yeah.
But we were never really kind of in any danger.
Did you ever lose some sleep on what you saw when you were out there? Like, do you have flashbacks or
the PTSD? And
kind of.
That stuff that you hear about. Yeah. So honestly, I personally did not, because what I do on a regular, like in trauma surgery, I see all the time. Like if I see somebody shot, it's like, okay, just do the things you do, fix it. Right? It's not like my buddy who got shot that I've been working with for 3 years, and all of a sudden, oh my God, he just got, and we're just getting attacked, kind of thing. That's different than somebody who does this on the regular, right?
Yeah.
Like, so
see, I would have been all kinds of fucked up.
Yeah. No, and that's completely normal.
Yeah.
Whereas me, I'm trained to do that kind of gory stuff where you're operating, and then you do the next one the next day.
I see someone in labor, I'll start freaking the fuck out.
Right? I actually will too. Yeah. That is beyond my stuff. So, no, I don't really have that. I'm pretty good at that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it'd be all kinds of fun.
Yeah.
So you said you had your buddies in Poland. The ones in Poland right now, what do they do? Are they just standing by to see what the fuck's going to go down? Or
yeah. To be honest, I don't have much information about what they're doing. I just know that they got called to go sit there and wait.
Okay.
And
hurry up and wait.
Right. And so they don't really have any kind of goal, I don't think. I think they're just there to
in case.
support, any refugees that come across, And that's a lot of things you do too when you go to these deployments. You sit and you take care of refugees. Some people get sick, some people get hurt. Right. They don't just get injured in war. Yeah, they get sick just like you or I would get, like maybe they get an appendicitis, or maybe they break a leg and you need an orthopedic surgeon. So they still have regular medical needs that they need to have taken care of, and so that they're supporting that side of the NATO group that they're there.
Right.
For, right.
So how did you get into the medical field? Is it passed down from your parents? Were they part of the medical field as well, and you're almost inherited into it?
Yeah, that's exactly how it is, and it's actually continuing then that way. My oldest daughter wants to do medicine, so it's kind of how that works out. My dad was a physician assistant. Prior to that, he was a corpsman, which is a medic in the Navy, basically, right? Yep. And he then went and did physician assistant school, which is a little bit more schooling. And so medicine was always in my life. My mother was a psych tech. She worked in the psych ward. So we always had, medicine in our lives. And then, when I went to undergraduate school, I didn't want to do medicine. Mm-hmm. My goal was to play baseball.
Oh shit! Okay, that's a big difference.
That didn't work out.
What position were you playing?
I was playing third base and I was playing shortstop.
Okay.
Oh wow! So that's what I grew up with doing.
Real athletic then, because that's where they put the athletic.
Right. Well, that's what I was gonna do. That was the goal. And I got to college, and first of all, I went to a D3 school, so I was like, this is a bad start. This ain't gonna work very well.
Right.
And halfway through, I still didn't get any phone calls from any scouts. So I'm like, shoot. What am I gonna do with my life? Dang it. And then so I, was good at science. I liked the science stuff and focused on that, and then got into medical school.
Right.
After a couple of years, I went down to Chicago after undergraduate, only because I didn't get into medical school after undergraduate, because like I said, my goal was to play baseball. So when I went to school, I was just like, let's do ball. Yeah. And then it didn't work out, and so I went down to Chicago because I had buddies down there. And took some extra classes, got a little better grades, and went to medical school finally after 3 or 4 tries, and finally got in.
Yeah, that's a rough field to get into.
It's hard.
Yeah, if it's like a second, that's a second option. Yeah, that's extremely fucking hard to get into.
And so I was down in Chicago. I was, having a great time, living in clubs and working on the side and trying to do all the things, and then finally got in. So, but yeah, it was always in my life, and at that point, when I finally got into medical school, it was like, this is where I belong. This is right.
That was your calling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then I know you say your oldest wants to get into that. How do you feel? Are you pushing it for her, or are you trying to tell her, you know what, don't do this? That's not your shit.
That's a really good question, because that's a huge debate amongst physicians in general. Like, do we push our kids to do it? Because it's so hard. Like, everybody says, oh, you're a doctor. Oh, so great. Oh my God.
No, but that shit's a lot of work.
It's hard, and it's a long, like I'm finally getting to be making some money, right, in my life. Yeah. Whereas my buddies graduated college, a couple years down the road, business folks, they're making tons of money, and I'm still studying. Right. And so it's hard. And so you tell your kids, you're like, listen, if that's something you really, truly love, go for it. But I don't push them.
And you don't stop studying that, because it changes all the time,
absolutely.
right? I mean, the science.
You're right. No, absolutely. I'm going to a conference next week to learn new stuff, and that's what you do. So it's constant learning. But I love that, right? You don't want to get stuck in a rut to be like the old. You don't want to be the old surgeon.
You're never out of school then.
Right. No. But it's enjoyable, right? Yeah. So that's why you keep doing it. But in terms of your kids, I just feel like they see it. They see what I do. They see how I impact people's lives. They like that. They want to do that. And so I encourage that. But I don't tell them no. I just say, I'll support you if you choose to
whichever way you want to go.
Right. Because I don't want to tell them no, because I don't feel like that's really a good thing to do.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people, like you said, they see the impact that you do when you save a life. I can't imagine the fucking feeling you have when you fucking bring somebody back from the light. And then they see, of course, doctors are always making all this money.
Right.
But nobody ever sees what goes into it. The sacrifice, the fucking lack of sleep. You don't sleep for like fucking 4 days.
Yeah.
And then when you do get to sleep, you're on fucking call. Yeah. And you're always going with it.
Or when you're sleeping only because your body's making you sleep, because you're too nervous to sleep if you miss something, right? It's a mess, man. You talk to my wife, she says it's miserable. My phone buzzes in the middle of the night, and it's like, it's not, stock market change it. It's someone's calling me because someone's dying or something's not right.
Right.
And, I train surgeons too. And so if they call me in the night, they're worried about something,
right?
It's not.
They call you in the middle of fucking surgery. Hey, so which vein? I have him right in front of me.
Yeah,
the one to the left.
They do.
FaceTime you.
I get that all. You
really?
That happens. People call me and they're like, "Hey, so I'm scrubbed. I'm looking at this thing. I'm nervous.
Yeah.
What should I do?"
That's a penis.
That's a rectum. You need to stay away from that. Yeah. That happens, and I'll run in there, and if I'm close, I'll run in there and help them. And sometimes you have to call. I've done FaceTime consultations. I've done them myself. I've called my buddy myself in the OR and be like, "Hey, I'm looking at this. What do you think?" And we help each other out on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's constant, man. It's constant. But
fuck, I wonder if that's ever happened to me.
And you'll never know.
I know.
You'll never know.
That's the fucking worst part.
Yeah. I mean, I've got videos of things that I've done that are on YouTube where I've done that and I'm nervous about because people have gotten into these situations just to experience, show what that experience is. So yeah, you won't know. There won't be any information about you, but there could be times where we're freaking out and we're calling a buddy that's in New York. I've done that. I've called my buddy in New York and said, "Hey man, look at this picture right now.
Yeah.
What am I doing?" Yeah.
Yeah. The last
I'm in the middle getting some ass, bro. You know
the last thing you want to do is wake up mid fucking surgery. You hear the surgeon, "Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck,
oh shit,
oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck."
Duct tape,
Yeah.
duct tape, duct tape.
He's like, "Oh fuck, not again."
That's
Can I get a hammer?
Day.
Not
That's
again.
a bad day.
Not again.
That's a bad day.
He's like, "That's the third one this week." Shit,
I hate when I do this.
it never works out that way.
Fuck no, dude.
So let me ask you, because I know I never get no sleep, right? I'm always fucking exhausted, and I know every time, because our daughters are like damn near sisters, they're damn near best friends, right?
Yeah.
So I know every time we go by, since I know I'm always tired. I don't work out or whatnot, right? I swing by this dude with a shirtless fucking typo. He's doing all kinds of shit. I was like, this motherfucker. Hey, dude,
making you look like shit, bro.
Yeah, dude, this dude just finished like an 18-hour surgery, and he's over there working out and shit. I was
you
like,
want some tacos? Want to bring you some tacos?
Like what's a good way? Like is it? As far as for like to get the energy, is it all Red Bulls or is there like a natural way to do it? I mean,
there's a lot of Red Bull.
There's a lot of Red Bull.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug, bro.
It is. No, I mean, I've always valued, athletes and athletics and working out. And, like I said, I went to college initially to play sports. That was what I wanted to do. So it's always been kind of part of me. When you're in the military, when you're deployed and you're doing nothing, half of that nothing is working out. Because you ain't got nothing to do. You eat, you work out, you sleep, and then you operate a few times. Yeah. But, it's just been part of my life, and it's just like, what do? You shouldn't be sitting around doing nothing, and yeah, you're tired, but it's just one of those priorities.
Like, I'm bored, man. Let me cut this motherfucker open. Come here.
No, that pisses me off because, so when I'll go, my old lady's driving because I'm tired.
Yeah.
This motherfucker just gets off a fucking surgery. He was there fucking benching. I'm like, this motherfucker.
It's nothing impressive. It's just trying to get, a little something.
The only thing I cut open was a frog in fucking high school.
And I was good with
That was it.
That didn't convince you? That convinced me. I was like, this is cool. I got to do
But
that.
that shit stunk like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I couldn't get past that smell.
Some juice fell in my eye and shit, and I was like, dude, am I going to die?
Oh, man, you should see what I do every day. The smell that I deal with.
Oh,
man.
no.
You can see him on the YouTube. On YouTube, what's the handle on the just your name?
Just
Avery
my name,
Walker?
Avery Walker 21, actually.
Avery Walker 21. Yeah. So I know. So I don't know if you saw on the Instagram today. I put, I think a picture that you have on your Twitter handler, the one where you have the American flag in the back.
Yeah.
And then I saw on there that you have a YouTube link. So I clicked on it really quick because I was like, oh, damn, I never knew that.
Yeah.
And as soon as I click on it, you see nothing but guts.
Oh yeah,
guts and butts. And I was
like,
oh shit,
oh shit.
Yeah, straight, dude. Gangster, just.
If
guts
you notice
and
too on my Twitter handle, my eyes are lasers.
Yeah.
Right, and that's my other hobby, which is crypto.
Yes.
Cryptocurrency. So I'm really into crypto myself. And that's part of one of the groups I'm part of, or one of the armies I'm part of is Safe Moon. So it's one of these things I follow. And one of the things they do is they put laser eyes on your stuff. So I do that.
So that's some anonymous shit? Like, what's that?
I don't know. It's just what people do.
That's a hacking group.
Yo, shit, my bad.
And do you do the NFTs as well?
I do. My daughter started making a few, and we started selling a few, and she's sold a few on there.
Dude,
I purchased a few.
I don't know. How do you make? What is it?
It's not hard at all.
What is it?
It's drawings. You got this awesome art on here. You could turn these into NFTs.
Yeah, this is all bootlegged.
Yeah, well,
That's
I'm just
all
saying,
off the internet.
like you could buy these and turn them into NFTs, or buy things that are just very similar. And basically, it's digital art that people put a value onto. Right. Remember, we used to grow up. You ever get baseball cards? Right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Certain baseball cards, that Ken Griffey rookie card. Everybody wanted that one or had it, and it was worth a couple $50 or whatever.
Right. The upper deck one,
right? Yep. The one where he's sitting there, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Right. So it's the same thing, just digitally. Yeah. And it's unique, and they make it unique, right? You knew that Ken Griffey rookie card was unique because it was Ken Griffey, and it was like 1 of 500. And if you had it, you knew you were going to make money. Well, these ones are so if somebody thinks that they're worthwhile, then you'll pay money for it.
And the big ones are like the 8-bit pictures, right? Like the old school Nintendo looking shit, right?
Millions and millions of dollars.
It's fucking ridiculous.
What?
Yeah. So
Justin Bieber bought one for like $30 million the other day.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Someone just fucking drew some shit.
Yeah. So remember like on Mike Tyson's Punch Out, right? Like the 8-bit when they show him running, you know, it looks like ghetto. Yeah. It's a picture of that basically, and people will go apeshit for it.
Right.
And they have like digital galleries, right, where they show off their work or whatever the fuck.
But I mean, honestly, if you think about the basics of it, how much did you pay for that thing?
It was probably about $90.
Okay. Why?
Because the guy had to print it for me.
Right, and you wanted it. You thought it was good. You thought it would look good.
Yeah, I thought it looked dope,
so
right.
you spent that much money.
Self-explanatory. It's Biggie.
Right.
Because it's Biggie.
And it's cool. And so that's exactly what they do with these things. Someone has on a phone and says, look what I got. This is cool.
And where do you put it like on a fucking little website?
The metaverse.
Yeah, you got a little wallet, a little digital wallet on your phone. Yeah.
So you slang and trading cards.
Yeah,
basically, yeah.
Really
I've done that before. Yeah.
That is.
Yeah, you get the Beckett, like the fucking, see how much it is.
But there's no bubble gum. There's no bubble gum with this one.
There's no gum. But
mine is, you know what? I'm going to do that shit.
It's really the same
digital
thing.
Gum. All in your mouth. That's what it's going to call.
Get the picture.
It's funny you say that because a lot of these NFTs come with little perks, right? So they'll come with access to, you know, some of these artists, their venues or whatever, or they'll come with, you know, exclusive interviews with
we'll do
an artist.
A digital fucking strip club, and then if you buy that fucking
our
little NFT, they beat you to it.
They have NFTs by a company it's called Cum Rocket.
Oh my god!
Yeah, awesome. Perfect fucking name.
Yeah,
perfect fucking name.
Right, and they have NFTs. So I'm into those. I'm into crypto stocks. So I'm a big options trader as well. So I do that on the side, and then I work out every now and then.
I'm not doing shit.
So it's wild, right? Because like so like I said, so our wives are, you know, they're also basically sisters. So like my old lady will get home, she's like, hey, have you heard of this thing called the Tempo? I was like, what? It's a workout machine. This is that. And I was like, I have no idea what the fuck that is. First of all, I'm lost at workout. I was like,
right.
I don't know what that is.
I'm exhausted already.
Yeah, I'm done. I was like, well, Avery said. And I was like, once I hear that, I was like, let's buy it. Just buy it.
Yeah.
I was like, just get it.
Is that the shit that you're hanging up the clothes on?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
That holds all my shirts.
Right.
Yeah, but
I thought he was going to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like a couple years ago, he was talking shit. He goes, I got this new fucking machine, dog.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. No, that thing is cool, though, right?
Yeah, well, when
he wouldn't know.
Right?
He doesn't know.
You see, what happened at first.
Yeah, well, really happened.
My foot, bro. I was helping my dad move a machine, and it took out my big toe.
Oh, dang.
It took out my whole nail. Like, it's barely growing back. It's like
I pulled my canuter valve.
Yeah, no, I was fucked up.
Yeah.
And then even my membership early expired. I got to get back into it.
Yeah. No, but I got that thing because of the pandemic, right? It shut down all the gyms, and you can't go to the gym anymore. And so this basically replaced the gym.
Yeah.
I just pay rent, dude. I've had a gym membership forever. I don't.
It hasn't done shit yet.
I haven't even stepped in there. Right. But I feel like I need to get a membership, so I go. Like, there's a gym by my house.
There's a reason to go.
So I go over there. And that's the only time I go in there.
No, it looks good on the keychain.
Yeah, I do. I have one that it looks nice.
Like, oh, you're a gold member.
That's nice.
Yeah, but
so you're a platinum member? You could go to all of them? Yeah.
Yeah, dude, but it's ridiculous because my old lady was like, oh, yeah, so Avery did about 4 months of fucking studies, and this is the best machine you could find. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, so you like get all into
review.
Yeah.
See, no. I mean, I think it's a mentality it's my surgeon mentality, and you just got to make sure you're getting the best, right? So when I operate on somebody, I try to make sure that I'm doing the right thing, and then you make sure you do all the research and everything, and it just translates into, you know, that kind of stuff.
Right.
So, you know, you talk to my wife, she'll say, why did you have to read about every filter for the pool before buying the one? I'm like,
You had to get
look
your
at the
money's
pool, look
worth.
at it looks great, right? You know,
yeah.
You know, why did you scope that guy 7 times before you operate? Because I need to make sure.
Why'd you buy the Zodiac one? Because I got good reviews. Fuck the Barracuda.
But that's what you want when you have someone in your belly, right? You want someone to make sure that.
Do you ever forget to put some shit in? Like put it back in?
You got spare parts?
I'm not gonna admit that out loud.
No, but it's happened though, right? I'm sure it's happened.
Blink twice.
More often than
there are situations in which things have been left.
Yeah.
Or things have not been done. Sure.
Yeah.
That's
not by me.
That's a
what is this?
Right.
That's an extra tire, motherfucker. I think he's gonna need that shit.
Yeah, that's the worst time when you want to have spare parts. So you're like,
that's not good.
That happens to me like during Christmas. I always have spare parts when I put shit together.
I can just hear Avery. Hey, where's my watch?
Yeah.
Where's my watch?
You're not supposed to scrub with your watch, so it's okay.
Something's vibrating inside of me. Really?
That's the
Gonna die.
That's the third phone I've lost this week.
Yeah.
That's a bad day if that happens.
Find my watch. It's blinking in his belly and shit.
That's not good.
Oh shit! And then this month, March, right? March is the month of
colorectal cancer.
Colorectal cancer, right?
Colorectal cancer month, absolutely.
Fuck. Damn, you see?
That's right.
We see. It's our timing, dude.
Tell me how old are you guys?
Impeccable.
I've done it.
Right?
I've got it done to me.
Yeah, you've had a few watches in there.
Yeah, they found some little little. What is it? Polyps or
polyps?
Polyps.
When did you have that done? You had it done recently?
Like about 3 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I know you did. One of my other boys.
That's right.
Yeah, you went all up.
I basically scoped everybody on my block.
Dude,
they come with. My wife actually looks out for me. She gets me business.
No.
Hey, our new neighbor's got a nice ass.
I'm like, wait a minute. Are you getting me business or something else going on?
No, I've already been approached. I've been approached. Like when we first met, said, "Oh, how are you doing? Hi, I'm so and so. I'm Mrs. Walker. Oh, when's the last time you had when you had somebody look at your ass?" I was like, "What?
You don't look healthy."
Fuck? I was like, "Yeah, would you like a water instead? Like, what the fuck is going on here?"
No, they put me completely under and shit.
Yeah,
and it felt weird, bro. I mean, after when I woke up, I just felt like it was fucking weird.
You see, so what age? So say for example, if it runs in my family, at what age do you recommend for them to start doing?
Yeah, so just to start off, so yeah, it is colorectal cancer month.
Right.
That's March. We as a colorectal surgeon, that's like my biggest thing is taking care of cancer patients. That's like one of the things I get a lot of fulfillment out of is taking care of cancer, curing cancer with surgery, and taking care of folks in that sense. So we do a lot of things for prevention. And the biggest thing that we can do for prevention and screening is a colonoscopy.
Right.
And as you mentioned, we do that. You go to sleep, we go up your bottom there, and we look for polyps. And polyps are things that can turn into cancer if you get them early. The screening age at this point is 45.
Okay.
It used to be 50. We've dropped that down literally a few months ago to 45 because we are seeing it in younger folks. And sure enough, that's how you prevent cancer, is doing the going to do the colonoscopies. If it runs in your family, you got to do it sooner. Typically, if you have a colon cancer family member, we recommend 10 years before they were diagnosed. Yeah. So if they were 50, then you need to get yours at 40. I often recommend, and it is in some of the guidelines that brown skin folks or people of color should get it a little bit sooner, and that's usually an access issue. Access to care is difficult for minorities, so if you can get it at the age of 40, you should do it. I did mine at age 40, and it was no big deal. I went to sleep and don't even remember it. So I mean, it's a simple procedure. The hardest part is clearing out the colon because it's full of shit. So you got to be able to you got to
drink that clear liquid and fucking
on any given day. How much weight wise? How much is a person generally full of shit?
Not that much.
Really?
People think it's a lot. They're like,
I've always heard.
They're like, what the hell did I just put on my? Yeah, it's really not that much. It's probably about 2, 3, 4 pounds.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I've been my old lady says I'm like at least 30 pounds in I'm just full of shit.
No, that's
you gotta take a shit every now and then, bro.
That's kind of a myth. It looks more than it is. We really only get rid of things in our body that we really don't need, and that's why we have bowel movements, and that is bacteria. A lot of that.
Hot Cheetos.
Even the hot Cheetos get absorbed. We eat all that, and that stays in our body. Yeah. What goes away is fiber and bacteria, and there's really not much in stool. We think that it's full of it, but our bodies are very good at actually absorbing every single thing that
our
we
body
eat.
doesn't like corn. That should be fucking.
That's you're
That
right.
shit comes out whole.
Yeah. Why do we eat that shit
Well,
then?
if you notice, when you eat corn and you see it in the stool, it's not a whole corn cob, right? It's just a few of them.
Damn near.
Right.
Damn near.
Right.
Should look like a fucking melted Snicker bar. It's all fucked up.
So I mean, it's really not that much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You see, because I know when my old lady, or what I should say, when your wife was telling us, go send Cujo, let him go get it. I was like, dude, I want to do. Actually, I need to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do it with you because I don't know if I could
on,
look
man.
you. I can't look you in the eye like after that.
Hey,
like,
just shave, motherfucker. Be respectful, man.
I
just
can't.
fucking.
How about I take you out to dinner afterwards?
Yeah.
It'll be all right.
I'll rub
it's
your
gonna be
back.
even fucking
I'll
weirder.
rub his back while you're doing it.
That should be even fucking weirder. Dude, I don't know how fucking weird
It's
that would
funny
be.
because, like I said, I've probably scoped a significant number of folks on the block.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, we joke about it. And I'm very easy at making it a joke.
But everybody wants
fun.
you. Everybody wants you, bro.
No.
They're like,
No.
check out that motherfucker.
No, last thing I want to do is have a black dude go in my ass. That's like the last. And then
My
You'll
fingers
never
aren't-
be
my-
the same.
My fingers
You'll
aren't that
never-
long, so it's okay. It's okay.
You'll never be the same.
no, dude, I don't know. Like once you get that intimate with someone, like even if you get intimate with your old lady, dude, certain things you can't look at them for like 3 weeks. You know what I mean?
I understand.
couldn't.
I understand, but you would feel better afterwards. I promise.
I don't know.
Do it, bro. Do it. Tell him to do it. Tell him to do it.
Just said, I'll take you out to dinner. After.
Yeah, I'll
Right.
rub your.
I'll fucking violate.
I'll rub your back.
I'll be
You
there
know what I mean?
sad as shit the whole time.
We're gonna be there, and then you could hold my hand.
But we had said we had talked about it. When my boy Raul went with you, we wanted to film it. Remember?
Yeah, we were gonna do
We were
that.
gonna film it, and then
Yeah.
he fucking chickened out on it.
Oh,
Yeah,
we got to
but I
figure
was
out how to
like-
do that because we can do that. It'll be a good promotion.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
All right, you talked me into it.
Dude, if
Now I did my shit already.
Dude,
bro.
if we get flagged for just talking about the vaccine, and
Right.
just mentioning it, imagine one of our assholes right up in there. That's the
We
last
keep it
thing
covered.
will
We
do.
keep you relaxed. It's fine. You don't even feel it's easy.
Right, yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're completely out, right? Or is it just from the waist down?
No, you're completely out.
Completely
yeah,
out.
Yeah, you're pretty
Yeah,
out.
dude, they put me the fuck out.
You don't
and they
remember.
turned me off. They turned me on to the side, and all I know is I woke up and I was just fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
I mean,
out. It was just
they
weird.
say it's the best sleep. I mean, when I did it, I had propofol, and they say it's the best sleep of your life, and that's why that's why Michael Jackson did it, right?
Well,
Yeah.
Michael
And
did a lot of shit under the knife, bro.
right? He used the propofol to sleep, so
Yeah. Well, that's what
Dude.
killed him, right?
that's what killed him.
That's what killed him. He
Yeah.
OD'd on that.
Yep. Mhm.
Allegedly,
Yeah,
the man got him, bro.
that's right. But no,
He's
they
a
put you
conspiracy
out-
theorist guy, so
They
don't
put you
know.
out completely. It's no big deal. It's I'm really. This is another reason why I went into colorectal. People say, "Why are you going to colorectal?"
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. It's butt stuff, poop. It's, no one likes to talk about their butthole. And I'd like to talk about buttholes all day long. It's fine. But they're
Not
like, hey,
mine.
yeah. And that's
Yeah.
why people don't like talking about. They're nervous. They're scared. They're like, "Why do you want to talk about my butt?" But then they have problems with their butt, and they don't want to talk about it because it hurts, or they're having problems, they're having bleeding. They're nervous, they're embarrassed, and then they come and talk to me, and I make it really, easy going,
Right.
real low key, and it's like whatever. And then I fix them, and they're like, "God, why did I wait this long?"
That was nothing but a hemorrhoid. What the
Right.
fuck? You talking about? They'll
Or
freak out,
something
yeah.
worse than I
Yeah.
saved their life. And
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
that is the coolest part, to be honest. Right?
Yeah, that would be wild.
So
Did you know you had this inside?
Yeah, exactly.
Big ass fucking.
Right. We scoped a lady the other day. She was 45 years old, got this brand new, scoping guidelines because she's 45, found a cancer.
Oh,
Had
wow.
we had wait till 50 because of the regular guidelines, she would be,
Little
basically
spread
done.
already.
Been too far gone.
Wow.
So I mean, that's the kind of stuff that that makes me wake up in the morning and say, I'm gonna do this today. I'm
Yeah.
gonna save a life. I'm gonna change a life for like.
Now, do you have to do it more than once in your lifetime, or
Depends on what they find. Depends on what they
But
find.
what if
If
they went
you're
in there
good.
already and you did, and they said you're cool, you're cool.
If
So
they
you know
didn't
you
find anything, then you should get another one at 10 years.
So it's a 10-year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but especially if it runs in your family, right?
Yeah, if it
Yeah.
runs in your family, you got to do it, relatively more often. But for the most part, every 10 years, if it's, nothing, they don't find anything. If they find something, then we got to adjust the timing. But, it's really not too bad.
Okay, so
But they'll hit you up, right, when you need to do it again.
they'll give you a cold call. Hey,
They
you're due for
typically
a
do.
fucking-
Your primary doctor should usually kind of let you know about that. You should take control of your own stuff too and be like,
Yeah.
hey, somebody told me I should get this done and start asking questions.
I'm not gonna bust myself out and be like, yeah, I think I need another one.
That's okay to do that. That's okay, and we can talk about it.
I need all kinds of people up in my ass.
yeah.
Oh shit!
I need a second opinion and a third
You know,
opinion.
While we're at it, bring it.
Matter of fact, don't even put me to sleep.
I've done it before.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Some people say, I want to watch the whole thing.
Oh,
and
hell
I will
no.
take it. And then I say, okay, if it's going to hurt, I will give you some medication, but you got to be ready. And they want it. They want to watch the whole thing.
Yeah. But like, arch your back.
How big's the TV? How big's the screen that they're watching this
It's about
shit
as big as this one.
Oh, shit. All right.
Yeah.
Damn, this
'Cause
is
it's across the
4K.
room. It is.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so good. We do it actually literally in HD. No
Really?
doubt. Mm-hmm.
My
It's high
dad's
speed.
guts.
We actually changed the
How
colors.
deep is this
we
shit?
changed the view so we can find these things because we want to find cancer, right?
Yeah.
We want to help prevent this.
Right. You gotta,
Dude, don't go to sleep. Just watch your shit.
We can do that.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, we'll volunteer. He needs to take one. So
You don't need that. Go to sleep. People can do it if they. And it's just a little uncomfortable. But
he's used to that.
You know,
He's a
a
little.
little.
Yeah.
A little. Shit. Just
No more than 3 fingers.
Dude, just the thought of it. Sometimes when I'm holding a fart, it hurts. I was like, that's the last thing I fucking
Oh
need.
yeah, that shit like pressure check.
So when you've seen, you've had hundreds of cases, probably, right, that you've already seen.
yeah.
Seeing everything that you've seen, does that change your outlook on the diet that you have
no
for
doubt.
yourself?
No doubt.
What do you recommend for people? Because I know around
Let
here,
me ask you this: what did you have for lunch today?
I haven't had lunch.
See, what did you have for lunch
I
today?
had some seafood.
Okay. What did you have for breakfast?
I don't eat
Oh
breakfast.
shit! I had
I had a monster.
It's already bad.
rice.
It's already bad.
Yeah,
I had like fucking. But it's all right. It's all deep fried in lard.
yeah.
So
I do eat a lot of popcorn.
I personally had
It's a lot of fiber.
for lunch today. I personally had a bowl of Brussels sprouts.
Oh,
See this shit? See this shit?
yeah, man. I like
see
cold
this?
pizza.
See this
That's
shit?
the problem. That's the biggest problem here. See, the thing is people have so many problems with the butt because it's the diet. It really is.
But then also within the minorities, both
Even worse.
It's even worse because of the foods that we've grown up with.
Man, we love tortillas.
Everything is fucking fried here,
Yep.
especially here in the southern border.
Exactly.
Everything's fucking fried, double fried if possible.
Yep.
It's
Yeah,
all
look at
fucking-
Twinkies. They be frying Twinkies. They're
Right.
like, fuck it.
dude.
They're
yeah.
good though.
Hell yeah.
I've
But
never had a
I'm not
fried
saying
Twinkie.
don't eat it, but
Right.
you have to supplement or the majority has to be something green.
Yeah, well, actually,
Well, what if it's lettuce on the burger?
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, get a
But
little
you
bit
better
I
of-
mean,
have
because I
another
like lettuce
bowl.
on my burger
That's
and
fine.
tomatoes.
That's fine, but you should have lettuce on everything after that as well.
Yeah, then just get a protein burger where instead of the bun, you have it wrapped in the lettuce and
no,
a hit
but
of lettuce.
The
It's-
Impossible burgers.
Yeah.
I tried going
They're
vegetarian.
not bad.
No, I've had. So I know I think I've told you this story. One time at work, while Pizza Hut had come out with that fucking meatless pizza or some shit like
Yeah.
that. I had that shit,
Didn't
dude.
Good.
I mean, it
Well, it
tasted
tastes like-
decent, right? It was decent, right? And I had stayed for overtime. I had to come home and like I was gassy, right? Like
Yeah.
dude.
When you do change your diet like that, when you add fiber, when it
Yeah.
will put a number on your system.
Yes.
Because your system is used to the
Everything, all the bad shit.
Right. And so it takes a little bit to ramp up.
When I
And
went
that's what-
vegetarian, I got real gassy.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. It's just like when you start working out again. We start working out, it's hard,
What's that?
right? When you start working out,
What's
right?
that? What's that?
What is that?
Right.
Where do you buy that? Where do you buy that?
Well, when you start doing something new, it's hard, and you're like, oh,
Right.
until you get back to normal.
Yeah.
So, but you're absolutely right. Diet, and especially in this area of the country, it's the biggest problem. People say, "Oh, I can't eat greens." Well, then you're gonna have these problems.
Yeah.
Our Western diet is what is causing these problems.
Right.
We see diverticulitis. We see colon cancer. We think that colon cancer is a combination of things: genetics, dietary changes, all these things that combine to a cancer.
Right.
If you can do the right thing for your diet,
Mm-hmm.
that has a huge impact.
Well, I know. Was it Dr. Sebi? Yeah, I want to say that's his name. He wasn't he Indian, but I guess he was just. Dr. Sebi had said that a lot of the cancers are due to carbohydrates that we continually eat because that's what they need to. That's what they feed off of.
Yeah.
So the more carbohydrated foods that we have, that's how it spreads. That's how it stays stuck in the system. And
Yeah, I
he's
think-
recommended a bunch of the alkali diet and the fucking.
I think the biggest proponent of or cause of colon cancers honestly is processed foods.
right.
We don't
we have a
we
lot
eat
of shit
such
that.
it's so terrible. And so if you go back to what we were eating when we were cavemen, right?
Mm-hmm.
We ate a buffalo every once in a while, but then we foraged for things in the forest,
right, berries and all that shit.
And people didn't get colon cancer like that. Plus, they didn't live that long to get colon cancer because they were getting eaten by the saber-toothed tigers and shit like that. But but my point is that for the most part, you didn't eat Twinkies, you didn't eat crap, you ate stuff that you found, and every now and then you found a buffalo by chance, and you ate that, right? But now what do? We have ribeyes three times a week. Right?
I wish.
And that's great,
fucking
right?
Yeah. It's more.
That's the red meat stuff. That kind of stuff. Like that's not normal. You don't. We don't typically do that.
So since you're specifically mentioning the red meat, I know one of the biggest diets right now going on, or one of the one of the biggest ones going on is the carnivore diet.
The keto kind of stuff?
Well, the carnivore diet is more, it's stricter than keto.
Yeah, okay.
It's a lot of red meat. It's a lot of fucking red
right?
meat.
Or
It's a lot stricter than that.
I haven't heard of the carnivore diet.
Yeah, because I know.
He just made it up.
No, actually, Vince was doing that one because it's a Joe Rogan thing. He was pushing for the last year. And I know he said, so I guess every meal has to do with meat. It's
meat.
It's meat a little bit mixed with I guess like a completely vegan. So everything is basically anything that you could find from the land.
Right.
So instead of getting burgers, you're getting
grass.
Your bison, your elk, your meats that you actually kill, that you harvest, and that you fucking eat. But the only thing is with that, after like 4 or 5 days, it gives you the runs for like weeks. I guess because of the difference of everything changing.
My problem with these because I did the keto diet for about 2 years. I went into that because I was a couple of years ago. I was really into like the diet and the working out and getting ripped and all that stuff, and it worked and it was great. But when you think about it, it's not what your body's used to.
Right. It's not a lifestyle.
It's hard. Like you have to even eat like that. It's very difficult. And so I really do feel that when you see the things that the patients that I deal with on a regular basis and it's related to the diet, you're like, I can't eat like that. This is what's going to happen. And this carnivore diet, the keto diet, things like that, I just think it's not very sustainable and it's not very healthy to long term.
Right.
I feel like bodybuilders or big athletes who want to, get that physique real quick, these are quick little short things. Right. Long term though, I think they're dangerous. I think they're very dangerous.
Because I know with the keto diet, when you read into it, it says that's one of those diets that you got to cycle off and on within every 3 months or 6 months, something like that, because of the toll it takes on your body and it's missing certain nutrients that you're keeping away because you don't want to gain the weight or whatnot. But I mean, it works because when it first came out, I tried it too, and now everywhere you go, there's a lot more keto options now. Before it was like nothing,
right?
And you had to do it yourself, and it was fucking horrible.
Diet is so important. I mean, when you look at the diseases and who gets them, you can see where the diets come. For example, Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. You see these in older or middle-aged white folks.
Right.
And they see them in folks that are like in the European areas, right? That's who typically gets ulcer. And what are they eating? And you look at their diets and they're eating, potatoes and not, they don't have any greens in their stuff.
Right.
And that's where you see, why are they getting that, right? You see diverticulitis. Who gets diverticulitis? People in the Western world. You don't see Asians with diverticulitis. Right. Why not? Because they're eating. You'll see Africans with diverticulitis. Why? Because they get a lot of greens. They get a lot of fibrous materials. We in the Western world, how much fiber did you get today? You told me already. You didn't eat any.
Not much.
You didn't get nothing. So if you don't have 30 grams of fiber a day, that leads up to the colon.
What is like visually fucking 30 grams of what do I need to eat?
Yeah, that's a good question. So a bowl of salad that I had today, the Brussels sprouts, probably had 15 grams. Damn. And that's a big bowl of just straight up Brussels sprouts and maybe a little. So, Quest bars, they have a ton of fiber in them. Yep. Okay. Yeah, they got about 15 grams. There's new Mission tortillas that have 15 grams in them, which are great.
Sold.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Exactly.
I think I've had those. I think I've had my grams.
Yeah. Well, I know they had like keto ones, keto tortillas, which was kind of weird and shit. They weren't that bad.
Hey, like those Quest bars though, like you were saying, they're good. They got
to eat? 12. They have 12 grams of fiber.
Are they safe to eat? What's the downside?
They are. If you eat too many, you shit your brains out.
Okay.
Oh awesome. Shit!
I shit my brains out anyway.
But that will happen. But for real, like if you have a bowl of fiber, a bowl of salad every meal, then you can do that. Now it's hard. People are like, what do I eat for breakfast? Well, eat oatmeal for breakfast, right? Okay. Or have sprinkle some Metamucil on your cereal, or have some Fiber One Fiber One cereal. You know,
oh, man, I've been told, that you're admitting that you're old when you start doing that shit.
No, I've been. I had asked Avery a while ago about some stuff for my son. He's like, Metamucil, get the big one and just fucking fill him in that. I was like, dude.
Oh,
he's like 8. He's like 8. I don't want to fucking.
You need the shit.
But
and it's interesting because a lot of these problems, like for example, diverticulitis and things like that, start when we're kids because we eat crap when we're kids, and then the colon grows up thinking that this is how it has to work so hard, and then these diverticula, these little outpouchings that happen in the colon, they grow from when you're a kid. If you have them when you're an adult, it's too far gone, which means you're just gonna have to deal with it, and hopefully you don't have a problem from them.
Right.
So we have to get our kids involved with eating fiber, eating green vegetables, eating, even their cereals. You can get Fiber One cereal, that kind of stuff that they would like.
I used to like fruit and fiber back in the day.
Fiber One bars, those kind of things are good. They're okay.
Okay. Yeah. So then the magic number we're looking for is minimum of 30 grams of fiber.
If you can, I would say just strive for that. It's hard. 30 grams is hard.
Right.
For example, Metamucil.
Just knock it out the first right when you wake up. Just fucking. If you can. Is there a shot I could take?
That's what I recommend to my patients. A shot of Metamucil at night.
What? Okay.
Yeah. So Metamucil is.
But I ain't gonna shit on myself at night. Okay. All right.
You got a normal colon. You can be all right.
You want to take some
risks. What if you're abnormal? Like you
gotta take some risk.
I'll drink water. I gotta take a shit.
Wow. That's impressive. We should talk.
Right. I think he wants to scope you.
I do got a problem.
He's got a fucking at home kit right now. It's hooked up to his phone.
I take a shot of Metamucil every night.
Okay.
Yeah, so I put it in a little like a shot glass. I spin up some water and I just chug it real fast every night, and that gives you 5 grams. So that's not enough, but hopefully in your day, that will add up to about 30.
So I've had this argument with my old lady. What is the average amount of bowel movement somebody should have on a date, or not? Is it daily? Is it 2 a days? Usually I'll do it when I wake up, then before I go to bed.
And have you always been like that?
I want to say yes.
Then that's your normal.
So there's no normal because
that's your normal.
Because I know this girl holds it in for like a week.
That's it.
My normal?
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, so I wake up. Once, and then when I'm at work, once. Then when I get home, when I'm about to go to sleep.
And have you been doing that forever?
Man, I've been all kinds of fucked up before. Like I'm telling you, anything will fuck my stomach up. Anything.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
So when patients come in, a lot of patients ask me, like, man, am I having too many? I say, what do you do? And they tell me, I have it in the morning, I have it at night, and it's been like that for 50 years. And I'm like, then that's okay. Mm-hmm. If you told me I have one in the morning, I have one at night, and now all of a sudden the last year I'm having 4 or 5 every day, and there's some blood in it, or I'm straining now, every time I go, something's different.
Right.
Something's weird. Now I need to figure that out.
Right.
But if you're going 5 times a day and you've gone 5 times a day for 10, 15 years, that's okay.
So that's their normal.
That's their normal. There's no everybody's
There's
the
no
same.
magic number.
So I'm normal.
If that's your normal.
For me.
You're your normal.
I'm my normal.
You're your normal.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask this question for those fellas that love doing anal with their old ladies. Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Why they got to be just the ladies? Why can't they be the fellas that like
the ladies are doing anal on them?
No. The guys are doing it on the girls.
Oh, okay.
That's okay too, though.
Or the guys doing it on the guys.
Yeah. That's okay too.
I'm just saying.
All right, so let's just blanket statement at anus.
Okay.
How much is there?
Is that frowned upon?
No. Is there a certain amount, or how bad does it get beaten up to a point where it'll cause trouble or trauma?
I mean, it doesn't really.
Okay,
it's okay.
I'm gonna save that, and I'm gonna tell my old lady when I try. Try to smell like
there's caveats to that, right? So obviously, let's just put it out there. If they don't want that, that's not good, right?
Right. That's forced trauma.
That's forced trauma.
That's
right?
forced trauma.
If it's hurting, then there are things you need to do to prevent that from hurting. Lots of lube. I carry a lube with in my pocket every day.
You never know when you get into it.
You never know when you're gonna get some anal.
I personally have to do a lot of rectal exams, so I have to have. But a lot of lube, right? It's good.
Yeah.
Maybe I should start carrying that shit.
You should. You never know.
It'll help with your movements.
But no, there's if it's done in a controlled fashion and comfortable and not hurting, then there's things to build up to it. Totally fine.
But okay, so I've seen like films or like videos where like the anus is just like blown out. It looks like a fucking it's like big ass like lips and just fucking just turning
done.
out like
just
like,
done inside out.
Like fucking just done.
Yeah.
Is that bad? That's bad, right?
It looks bad, but it's not.
What,
It's not.
It's not.
it looks like what do they call
just,
like
it's just
like
stretched a
red
little
and
bit.
it's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just stretched a little bit.
Yeah, because I
The
know
videos you're looking at, if the videos you're looking at are showing that, then I suspect that's okay. They're gonna be okay.
Damn. Yeah, because
I mean,
They come back. They come back to normal.
They
come
bounce back.
oh, it does. It goes back to
Yeah.
normal.
yeah, they bounce back.
Oh, because
Yeah.
I seen
It's a
that
muscle.
chick where she was just like
It's a muscle,
jacked
so
up.
it really will just kind of.
And she's fine, but I'm saying it was all jacked up
No.
down there.
Nah, if they're looking like the Predator, there's issues, guys.
Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
like
Blown out. It's just blown out. Yeah, because
It's totally fine.
Yeah, because I know the whole taboo thing. When especially when I was growing up, and everybody started coming out and whatnot. They were always like, "Oh, if you do any butt play like that, it's shit just gonna fall out just when you sneeze and shit like that."
No.
yeah, like you
Right.
fucking sneeze shit on yourself.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Oh fuck. No, that's bullshit. Oh.
That's-
Now, if it's trauma and there's damage to some of the muscles, then that's different. Things may happen, but
When
if
they
it's
go too
done-
big.
right? If there's injuries to the muscles,
To the
then that
muscle.
could happen. But if you're doing it in controlled fashion,
Mm-hmm.
there's consensual, actions, then it's totally fine.
A relaxed situation.
Mm-hmm.
So see, guys, if your old lady or if your old man ever tells you no, just tell them that they're fine.
It's
It's
gonna
in
be
a
all right.
Fine.
controlled.
It's gonna snap back.
Yeah, yeah, and they might
come
actually
back.
enjoy it, and then
Right.
it's like, okay, fine.
Milking the prostate.
Yeah.
is what it's
Yeah.
called. I think. Right.
That is a thing.
Yeah, that's one of the things
They
that.
say it feels good. I don't know. I don't want to try it because I might like it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
You can do
'Cause
it.
I might like it. No, I don't
might
want to do
like
it. I don't want to do it.
you don't want to. You
No.
don't want to run
I
the
don't.
risk.
I'll take your word for it. I'm good.
You don't want to run the risk.
No, I might like it.
Hey, do me a favor. One of our listeners had sent me some questions for Avery. He had said in case he doesn't have a chance. This listener is actually running for city rep here in our district. Actually, in our district. His name is Mr. Genera. He had said.
Don't swipe left.
Oh, shoot.
All right.
He says, was there ever a point in your medical school that you wanted to drop out and do something totally different? And what was it, and why did you end up staying? Because I know you said you started going baseball and you went the other route.
Right.
First of all, who's your team?
Oh, shit.
Baseball
Well, you
team.
got the damn Dodgers on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that-
that's not my team.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
It's like, that's
told
it.
you.
Sorry for
That's the word.
So you're
I claim Chicago.
oh, okay. So you're white. Oh,
You're a Sox or a
no,
Cubby?
you're a Cubbies.
I'm a Cubs
You're
fan.
Cubbies.
Okay.
Oof.
I like
Cubs
Cubbies
always.
because he was coached. They were coached by a Dodger.
Yeah.
You know, Dusty Baker. You're
Fine.
welcome.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Dusty never won shit, though, right?
No, he didn't.
He never
Well-
won shit.
Well, not with them.
Not with
I don't think he's won.
He won with the Astros.
Yeah.
Did he?
I
Yeah,
think
but
so.
well, that was an asterisk on that one.
That's true. They were
So
cheating.
there's
Fuck
I
the
mean,
Astros. Anyways, yeah.
If you ain't cheating, you
You
ain't
know what,
trying.
though? I don't hate
Right.
the Cubbies, though. You know,
Right.
Ryan
Yeah.
Sandberg.
Right.
You know,
So
Oh, yeah.
did I ever decide to quit medical school? No,
Yeah, no.
absolutely not.
Never
When I was
came
in medical
across?
school, it was 100%. Now, here's what happens in medical school to every single person that gets into medical school. They come in thinking, I'm going to be this, and they end up 17 steps down the road, something else.
The other way.
Absolutely. So when I showed up into medical school, I was like, I'm going to be an ER doctor, like the show ER. Do you ever watch the show
Right,
ER?
yeah.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be John Stamos. I'm going to be George Clooney. I'm going to get all the girls. It's going to be great.
Yes.
I'm going to be an ER. I'm going to be
and you should.
Right?
You save lives.
Like that was
Right.
cool.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
fuck
be the ER. I went to the ER. My first rotation. I was like, this is insane. There are some crazy ass people. Everyone's drunk. There's people fighting. I just want to take care of. There's people trying to hurt me. I
Right.
was like, hell no, I'm doing an ER.
Right.
Then I was like, well, I'm gonna be a bone. I'm gonna be an orthopedic surgeon because those are the badass. They're athletes. They want to do all the hammers and gnaws. So, but then you start talking to them and they're like, it seems like they're a little. That's all they do is they put nails and bones
people,
and stuff.
right.
And I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that.
yeah.
So then I got into general surgery and I met these surgeons and they were like, we can save anything that walks through the door.
Nice.
Bone doctor can say, they got a bone, I can fix it. You got something wrong with your belly, they run away.
Right.
ER doctor says, there's something wrong, let's call somebody else.
This is-
right?
yeah, push
There's
the button there, Wilson.
Your gynecologist is like, oh, there's a baby, I can fix that. Anything else? I don't know what else. So
Yeah.
I met the general surgeons, they were like, we got anything that shows up.
Damn.
Gunshot wound to the head, gunshot wound to the belly, dying guts, whatever.
That's where I
cancer,
draw the
stuff,
line.
stuff. I can fix that. And so that to me was like, I want to be those guys. I want to be the guy that somebody says, I got a problem. And I can say, I got to fix you. I can do this.
Yeah.
If somebody comes with a broken bone, I can fix them to a certain point, and then I can get them to the specialized bone doctor.
Right.
Somebody comes in with a gunshot wound to the chest, I can fix that. I can save their life.
Right.
Someone comes with a cancer in their gut, I can fix that cancer and cure them and set them up. So that's when I said, these are the people I want to hang out with.
Right.
And so when I get deployed, I can take care of anything that walks in the door. Right. When I get somebody who comes in and says, I can't poop, I haven't been able to poop for the last 30 days, I'm struggling, I'm like, I got you. I can take care of you. So that's what happens. So everybody who comes into medical school, they think one thing pretty much,
the other way.
and they go somewhere else. Because you don't know, right? There's so much in medicine. When you come into medical school, you think, I'm going to be this, and then you realize, wow, that is the coolest thing ever. I didn't know I could just operate on dead people. Like, that's a thing.
What?
Like, for real.
Wait, expand on that.
You can make a lot of mistakes, though, and it doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't
No, you
matter.
can,
It doesn't
right?
matter, yeah.
There's no turnover rate.
Right. So that, for example, like a pathologist.
saved
A
everybody.
pathologist, for example, could do autopsies all day.
Okay.
And I've hung out with them, and they are like really cool people, and they can solve crimes, and they can solve, medical, abnormalities, and figure out how this person died to help the family move on. Or to help another surgeon figure out why did this person die, they can help them out. So there are those kind of doctors.
Like that doctor that used to come on HBO with figure out how they got murdered.
That's one that came out with the Epstein, right? Also, that said that Epstein didn't hang himself.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he's the one that said that Epstein didn't hang
He was
himself.
a badass.
Those guys, no emergencies.
Yeah.
No emergencies. They don't get called in the middle of the night.
Right.
They say they go into work and be like, this guy showed up last night. Okay.
Yeah.
Guess what? I don't have to say it because he's already gone.
Right. So the last thing you got to do, but the last thing,
Oh,
if
yeah,
you're working on, motherfucking move that. I'm out the door, dog. I'm out the door.
I'm
Fuck
good.
all that.
But that's what I'm saying is like
I kill him twice.
You never know what you're gonna do. So in terms of that question, when I got into medical school, that's what I wanted to do. That's what. Oh shoot, we broke the phone.
Okay.
Oh shit, man down.
Man.
Fix him.
There
you
he goes.
See,
You see, it's all army wise. It's all
right?
crooked and shit.
Little duct tape.
Little duct tape to save everybody.
But yeah, so I never wanted to stop being a physician or didn't want to get out of medical school.
Yeah.
There are people that did it and then decided they didn't want to do it. But
Right.
Personally, I once I got into medical school, I was so excited and so pumped to be there. It was like, okay, now what can I can do anything.
Right.
What can I do? And that's when I went into surgery and decided that's what I ultimately wanted to do.
So when you have all this knowledge now, as far as like you said, like to be a surgeon, you have to have like studies and studies and studies and shit. When you watching TV, right? I don't know how often you watch TV because I know you're always on your you're on your stocks and you're
Right.
on, doing, you're always looking something up. You always got something going on.
Working out and shit.
Yeah, you always doing all
Maybe
kinds of
drinking a little bit.
squats.
You want to add a little bit to that?
Did we bring?
We
forgot the
didn't
bottle.
bring it. We didn't bring the bottle.
That's okay.
I told you we had one job. We had one job.
Didn't bring the bottle.
Do you when you ever watch TV and they do these fucking these shows of surgeons or doctor shows or Dr. House and they come out and they come out with this crazy ass shit? You're like, dude, did that shit ever piss you off?
I bet you do the same thing, but like I when I see like ER, before I got into medical school, I loved ER. I thought ER was the coolest thing ever. I can't watch that show at all.
Yeah.
Grey's
Does it piss you
Anatomy,
off?
Yeah, it does a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's over dramatic. It's over dramatic.
Right.
It's like Grey's Anatomy, for example. That's actually probably the most real
accurate
surgery thing out there these days.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that Scrubs, the show Scrubs back in the day, was considered amongst all physicians and surgeons as the most realistic lifestyle.
Of the doctors.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you watch that, that's how real life really is.
Yeah.
Even though it's funny and jokey and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's really probably the closest to real life.
No shit.
Grey's Anatomy is all, sleeping with everybody in the hospital.
That's fucking awesome.
That's the way to do it.
That's not true though, right?
Right.
No.
So
it's not
that's what that's all talking
Nobody
about.
sleeps with it.
But the shows are all dramatized.
Like
so.
House, I think House would piss you off. Did you ever watch House?
Yeah, I did, and it was silly, right? Because he's not a surgeon, but he'll do surgical stuff,
right?
Or he'll have some random surgeon with him who I'll go take care of this, and we'll find the answer later. Like that doesn't happen. It's stupid. Yeah. But people like it. It's fine, whatever.
Right.
Doogie.
It's Doogie House. That's ridiculous.
I never saw Doogie though.
That's
I never
a stupid
saw
thing. It's some 15-year-old trying to be a doctor. That's stupid.
What's that other show? That kid? He's at
The Good Doctor.
That's another one. He's like got some mental
autistic,
problems.
but
he's
autistic.
Yeah, that's not possible.
I buy my underwear and Kmart. Buy my underwear at Kmart.
Do you
save his life?
So when you get with other surgeons, do you ever come across, or is it big on the field where you have a lot of people with that God complex, where they already know that they can, like you said, I can treat fucking anything, and they carry themselves with that bullshit?
I would say that we all kind of feel that, to be honest. Honest to God, like we feel that. But you have to be humble too, because once you have that mentality, you'll get struck down.
Yeah.
Better sense of words. But because you'll think you're like that, and then something bad will happen. Somebody will die or something, right? And so you have to have that confidence to do the things we do, but you also have to realize that you're not God, and you have to accept the fact that there are things you can't fix.
Right.
So when you get with other surgeons, at least these days, which is kind of nice because there's Facebook interactions, there's a lot of social media interactions, that kind of stuff. So we talk about things. There's experience, and then there's the young folks that don't have that experience, and you grow from that, right? But there's not that God complex is kind of old school mentality, I would think, right now.
It's not like that no more.
It's not that anymore, right?
Not as common.
Because it's like, let's say, for example, I got up on Facebook and I started saying, "Oh, I just did this great thing." Well, 10 other guys are gonna be like, "Dude, I do that every day."
Right.
Yeah.
Like, get off your
get off your high horse.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so what
It's a
you
Wednesday
do,
for me.
right? So when you think like that, you got to realize that there's much more out there than that. So I don't think that the God complex is there really anymore. To be honest, I think it's more like you just realize that you have that confidence. You're trained to have that confidence. You need to have that confidence, otherwise you can't take care of these people the way that you say that you can, and that's okay. And I've got that. I have that confidence. That confidence gets beat up a lot though, sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And people will do a 360 on you, and then you just gotta get back on the horse.
Yeah, and as a person in the medical field, knowing this vessel does this for this bone, this vessel does this for this muscle, knowing, like the shin bone's connected to the hand, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Howdy, ha ha.
Do you fall into like religious beliefs, knowing that? Because a lot of times people will be like, "Oh, as long as you pray for something and do something." Are you religious, and if so, does that ever conflict with what you have to do with with your work?
I personally respect the patient's religion, whatever religion that is. I'm not a very religious person.
Okay.
I am a very spiritual person. I feel like there's a connection between all of us in that sense. So I kind of fall along the realms of maybe like a Buddhist, or in that sense that we're all connected.
Okay.
But I will not, put off anybody who has a religious request. I pray with my patients. I'll go to the funerals of my patients if asked to do so. I'll do things like that, and it's just out of respect, right? So if somebody wants, like I said, if someone wants to pray with me before surgery, I have no problem doing that.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me. It actually, I feel like it makes that patient, that person feel comfortable with what we're about to do, right? And if something bad were to happen, which they understand may happen, then they know that I'm respecting their thoughts and giving them that thought process. Now, if something bad does happen, then I know that that's what they're going to rely on to get through that, and that's, I think, is
what if
an
it's
important part.
you could save their life, but due to their religious belief or their beliefs, like a blood transfusion.
Yeah, that happened to me the other day,
and that'd be
shit.
pretty
like
fucking
last
hard,
week.
because you could have saved this person's life.
Last week that happened to me.
But due to them believing that, that would fuck
very
me up.
often, and it's frustrating. It's very frustrating because but you have to respect their lives. For example,
you could save them.
Jehovah's Witness, for example.
Yeah.
That's what you were getting at. We had one last week, and they would not take blood, and he was bleeding out from his bottom, and they called me because I can take care of that. It would include a big operation, but I could fix them with a simple blood transfusion. But in their mind, that's not what they want. So you have to be able to say, okay, and you have to walk away and say, I gave you all the options, and if you don't want to take those, it's okay.
Trust science.
Right.
It's okay. But if they're okay with that, what frustrates me is when they say, why didn't you help me? And I tell you, I did, but you wouldn't take my help in the way that I can give it to you. So that's the frustrating part. But if they said they were okay with dying without me doing the intervention I recommended, then that's okay in my mind. I'm okay with that.
Do you guys get any kind of psychiatric, either like not evals, but like checkups every few? No,
that's terrible.
Do you think that's something that should be done?
It is, or
provided, I should say.
We actually were talking about that the other day because I have patients that die,
right?
And then you have to go to work the next day.
Yeah,
I was talking to my residents. The residents are surgeons that are training to become surgeons on their own,
right?
And you have to explain to them, hey, you have patients that die, and you have to show up the next day and take care of that next patient who's hoping that you will be there for them 100%. Right. And it's not fair.
Right.
That's not normal, right? That's not mental.
You haven't got
clarity.
over what happened yesterday.
Right, right. Everybody else will be like, go take your time, go home.
Yeah. You
go
just
with your family.
Yeah.
Go there. But the next guys, we're like, hey, my surgery's tomorrow. Like, you better be here on top of your game, right? Like, holy cow. Yeah. The only equivalent is like Michael Jordan, for example, right? He missed a shot last night. Well, guess what? He's got to come out the next night and do it again. Right. But that's just basketball.
Yeah, no, you're talking about someone's life.
Yeah,
right?
Right. So it's like that is there really isn't. And I will say though that with social media these days and the interactions you can have on social media, you can bring up these situations with those people and they will say, I was you yesterday. I was there yesterday. It's okay. You're going to be okay. We're all in this together kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's something that's unique to your social media. And really the only people, honestly, that really understand are people that are doing it. Right? Because I could tell my wife and she's like, it's, you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's
soft,
right? Just hang out with me. But like, I can't. I got to go to clinic tomorrow. I got to stay. She's like, and she'd give you a hug and you're like, I got to go. But most normal people would, look out for you, but you have to go to work. And so I really rely on my colleagues within social media as well as at my work and say, hey, I had a bad day,
right?
And they just knowing that they understand and appreciate that's what gets you kind of through.
Damn,
it's hard.
Yeah, as far as
it's not fair,
right? No, yeah, absolutely, because there's not all cases are the same, right? There's some cases that hit you harder than others would, regardless of.
And then you'd have to go talk to the family, right? Fuck,
it is hard.
That's got to be the worst.
It's hard. I operated the other day on this lady. She was an older lady, and I walked into the room to prepare for the surgery, and she had 7 of her kids with her, right? God. And you walk up there, and you're like, holy cow, I hope this goes great, right? Because if it doesn't, I've got 7 kids, and then 50 grandkids, and then everybody, and then there's people that work in the hospital that know this lady, and you're like, holy cow, if I mess this up, then I'm going to have the whole world on top of me.
She must have been Mexican. She had a lot of kids.
She was. She absolutely was. And
90% chance.
Luckily, thankfully everything went fine. And
bunch of cholos.
It was great. You walk into the waiting room after the surgery, and you get this standing ovation. You're like, superstar. Dude. This is kind of cool.
I feel like a hero all the time.
Right. That's cool. But you're absolutely right. You got to be able to take that, and that's hard. That's not fair. Right?
Yeah. I mean, as it is, adding extra pressure to what you got to do.
Right.
When you have somebody's fucking guts in your fucking hands, and now you got to worry about, like you said, those 7, 15, 20, 30 people that just add up all of a sudden.
And it does. And it's like, you're like, oh my God. But you have to just be able to say to them, and they have to realize that there are risky situations that are going to come up. And if this happens, we all have to be okay with that.
Right.
And if everybody's okay with that, I can be okay with that.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's what makes my job pretty hard, is because I do a lot of elective things, right? Patients come to me, they've got a cancer, they're sick, and they're not going to die if I don't do something right now, but they're going to die later.
Further down
right?
the road. Right.
So I have to tell them, I can do something that might kill you. I can do something that if I don't do anything, they might. So it's a complicated situation. Trauma surgeons, for example, the guy comes in with a gunshot wound. It's like, hey, I'm going to try. And if I win, I win and you live. If I don't, well, you got shot in the chest. I mean,
right.
Yeah, we tried.
Right. That's a little bit easier conversation to have. It's hard, no doubt.
Right.
Wrong.
Yeah.
But it's a lot easier to look somebody in the eye who got shot and they're like, I'm going to do what I can. Hopefully we make it through this, as opposed to someone who's sitting there totally normal. Like, I'm fine. I'm about to cut on you and you might die.
Yeah.
Dude,
that's tough.
And
that's tough.
I do enjoy that though, because with my training and my confidence, I feel like I can get through that. You know, based on the knowledge that I have and my research into those people's situation, I can give them the best, recommendation out there.
Yeah. Dude, that's fucking crazy.
It's hard.
That's
fucking amazing. I mean, I can't
see, but
the pressure, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, fuck, man.
But the thing that gets me, being the average Joe, right? The thing that gets me is that a lot of these guys is, like you said, it's hard. People don't understand shit, right? Like, you have a life.
Yeah.
It's not, understandably, this is a big part of your life, but you might be having shit going down at home. Like you said, you might have just lost a patient, and then now you have somebody that you had to work on.
Right.
And if something bad happens, like, oh, it's because all these fucking doctors are quacks. It's like, dude.
Yeah.
Nobody ever really appreciates it unless it goes right. Then you're like, oh, this dude's great.
Yeah.
But if there's a mishap because there's a fucking miss. Shit happens. And of course, right off the bat, oh, well, this fucking doctor's, because you don't know what the fuck he's doing. I'm suing. Right. It's like, dude.
It happens.
Nobody really fucking takes the time to actually think about it on the other side, right?
It happens, absolutely.
Because it's easier to blame than to accept.
To add to that, you come home after, have a bad situation, your kid says, hey, I need help with my math homework.
Right.
And you're like, God, can't even do the Common Core bullshit. Now I got to try to figure that out. And I got this in my back of my head.
You know what the fuck just happened at work?
Right. And you got to be a dad, right? Or you got to be a husband. And it's like, man, this is hard.
Right.
And, you're absolutely right. It's tough, but, I mean, somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, fuck. I couldn't do it, man.
But then you'll get these assholes like, oh, well, that's why they get paid what they get paid. It's like, dude,
motherfucker.
It's not that, dude. There's a lot more than just fucking that.
Yeah.
Think about it. The dude's up fucking 18 hours, 19 hours, tries to go to sleep 20 minutes into his fucking nap. Hey, you got to come back because so-and-so, such happened to so-and-so. Yeah. So there you go on another fucking 8-hour bender and fucking trying to fix somebody.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to point a finger and it's like, dude, there's fucking...
And you say we get paid so much. I will tell you that these last 3 years in the military, I haven't got paid shit.
Yeah.
Right?
You will, though.
I will.
Right.
I will. But still, same thing, right? You work 18 hours a day. If you break it down for how much you get paid an hour, my pay in that sense could really come down to not more than like $30, $40 an hour.
Right.
Because of how much effort you put into that. And if you want to bill for actually what I'm doing, it's not really that much.
All that much. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But then everybody has that mindset.
They have that mindset.
They're a doctor, they got all kinds of millions. Like, but not only that, you got all these fucking loans and fucking shit you got to pay off in school.
Because
that shit ain't free.
No, it ain't. And that's why I went to the military.
As fuck. Yeah,
that's why I went to the military. I got that
pick it up. Have them pick it up.
Yeah, but then I had to go overseas for 6 months, right?
Right. You got to put your life on the line.
So, it's...
You paid for it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're going to pay.
You did. Yeah.
You're going to pay.
You didn't get nothing free. Fuck that shit.
It's hard. And you do get those patients that will fuss at you and scream at you and say terrible things. And they'll sue you. But those are few and far between, to be honest. And those are the ones that there's something else going on in their life that you just have to look past. Right. Because the vast majority of folks, they don't mind that you tried if something bad happens. Yeah. They know that you are trying to do the right thing. Right. And then they'll get you through that. And that's what pushes you on to the next guy.
Yeah. Well, you know what, dude, in all honesty, man, and I've told my old lady this, what you do, I can't even fathom just dealing with the pressure.
No.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Big ups to you because that shit is just the pressure. I'd be like, fuck. Like I go in and I'll be like, you know what? Fuck this dude.
I'm hungover.
Right? One's got a bite of the day, bro.
Right.
But I'm taking this one off.
You know how much I spent at the strip club last night? It's stressing me the fuck out.
That's okay. That's what I chose to do.
Yeah. That's fucking wild, dude.
Yeah.
No, but thank you though.
Now with your residents, is there a big turnover rate when they finally see what's actually going fucking down, or is there's always far between?
There's always an attrition rate, meaning folks show up at day one of residency and then they don't make it through, or they choose to do something else, or they can't move on, and that's not very high. I think it's probably maybe 10% of the whole group. So maybe like one or two people, maybe one every 4 or 5 years. It says they're done, at least in our group. And that's changing because when I trained and definitely when the folks that were older than me trained, it was terrible. Like they had to work 120, 150 hour weeks and getting destroyed and never sleeping. And it was hard, right? And there weren't any women in the surgery because they definitely didn't want to do that kind of stuff. But now we have transitioned to a more kind of normal lifestyle in that where we have work hour limits now. My residents can't work more than 80 hours a week, which is still crazy. Right. Most people don't work more than 40,
that's 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks worth of work.
Yeah. So 80-hour week work. Our hours are set up. There's a lot more women, and one of the things that was pushing women away from surgery was the fact that they want to have families. Right. We are now promoting that because we know that women in surgery help, diversify the whole just surgical field. And so that number is decreasing because we are realizing that you can't sustain a surgical kind of society without, keeping people, their lives kind of set up, their lifestyle set up. So it's hard, but, we're working with them.
You got to do what we got to do.
Yeah, you got to adjust.
Yeah, because you can't skip certain parts.
No.
You can't skip certain parts. That's the last thing you want to do.
Yeah.
When you're trying to fix something, be like, damn, I shouldn't have missed last week. That was a good
right. A lot of things, though,
where does this go?
People are going into specialized surgery. So, for example, I do colon and rectal surgery. Right. I don't do pancreas surgery. I don't do liver surgery. I don't do lung surgery, right? So when you focus and you specialize in a certain area, it makes things a lot easier, in my opinion, to have that lifestyle. It's what gives me the ability to hang out with my kids, to do crypto, to do stocks, to work out, right? Because I'm not having to know everything about surgery, right?
Just that specialized field.
That specialized field, right? And a lot of people, most people, 80 to 90% of people in training will ultimately go into some specialized field.
Right.
That's kind of how we do it these days. Very few go out as general surgeons. Now in the Army, it's different. When you get deployed, like for example, when I got deployed, I didn't get deployed as a colorectal surgeon. I got deployed as a trauma surgeon. Okay. Which means you take care of anybody who shows up with whatever they got. And so that's a little different, but the vast majority of surgeons in the country, they get deployed, or they show up and they do their specialized field, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So for anybody that has any questions, where can they find you? I know you're talking about social media. Where can our audience find you if they have some either questions or maybe even doctors that are watching and they want to interact and get? Where can they find you?
Well, I'm very active on Twitter. I love that platform. I'm constantly posting things about colorectal cancer and colorectal awareness kind of stuff. I have a YouTube channel, Avery Walker 21. That's where I'm at as well. I'm on Facebook. Facebook is kind of my kind of colleague interaction with, and I'm part of a bunch of groups within Facebook that we talk about different cases. We talk about surgeries. I post videos of cases I do, but yeah, those are kind of the social media spots that I do.
Cool, awesome. Well, you know what? We really appreciate you taking the time. I know, like I said, I know we talked about like schedules and whatnot. We're supposed to have done this yesterday, but then the surgery came in, and so we had to push it back a day. So again, I appreciate the fact that that you came by and did this. Any last words for those people out there listening that you want to tell them either about anything?
Yeah, I think the big thing, couple things I would like people to realize is that, one, as a butt surgeon, don't be scared of your butt.
A butt surgeon.
All right,
embrace the butt.
It's okay. You know, you got a butt problem.
Love
ask.
The booty.
Don't hide it. You know,
show that shit off.
Right.
Moon people.
There's problems that people hide, and then they don't want to talk about it. And I'm one to talk about it, and so it's okay there. In terms of being a physician, it's hard. We don't make as much money as you think. Right. And there's a lot that comes with that money that we do get. But I think most physicians, the vast majority, we do the right thing. We're trying to help people. You know, I think a lot of people call their doctors and like, he never answers the phone. I can't even get an appointment. It's not because we don't want to. Right. It's just we're overwhelmed. We're busy, surgery right? And shit. So those are kind of the things. And we are normal people. You know, we got families. You know, I personally give my phone number to all my patients pretty much, especially my cancer patients and my real complex patients. I personally do that. A lot of people don't do that, but I feel like when it comes to those situations, you should be able to call your physician. Right. So that's something that I like to spread. That's kind of my unique thing that I do. But I mean, those are the things that I think people should realize.
Awesome, dude. Again, dude, I appreciate you for coming through. I know like I said, we pushed it a day late. Completely fucking worth it, dude. I appreciate all the work that you do.
One thing I would like to do maybe next time, I think we've talked about this a little bit, was we should have questions come through that are the most ridiculous, wild questions that people don't want to ask.
We could do that.
Yeah, we could do that.
Like ridiculous, stupid medical questions that people think are stupid that they're too scared to ask. Like, that would be fun.
I got a couple when we get off of here.
I got a couple once we get off. No, yeah, we'll definitely do that.
I like those.
No, we'll definitely do that. You definitely have to come back. We gotta see what we can fix it into your busy schedule,
right.
Maybe you might have to skip a workout. So we
could do it in the OR, right? You could do it. Like,
shit!
Right?
Mid patient,
mid scope, right? We can do it while we do your scope.
Shit! Fuck that! I'll be talking all kinds of crazy.
This is the second knuckle. Let me take my glove off for this one.
Right. I'm going hands on all the way.
Right, raw.
This again. Our guest is Army officer, right?
That's right.
Army officer, Dr. Avery Walker. Find him on Twitter. Find him on YouTube. Find him on Facebook. Anything if you have any crazy questions, if you're a doctor or a colleague, reach out to him. I'm sure he'll have. It might take a bit because he's always in surgery. Every time I hear, If not, he's working out. So get at him. Avery Walker, dude, I appreciate your time.
Hey, my pleasure.
Drink some fucking fiber, people.
Right.
Yeah, get your fiber.
Get your fiber in.
Fiber
Get your
one bar.
fiber
Take a
intake.
shot. Take a shot of what's that?
The
Metamucil.
Metamucil.
Metamucil
Get
at
it.
night, motherfuckers.
Yeah, so till next time, for Jules, for myself, deuces, don't be an asshole.